So let us start working with the front view first, and we may see that we have a section over here which is quite similar to a rectangle. So I'll just go to extrude. So first we will try to sketch the front view and we'll extrude it. Okay, so we will neglect the chamfer right now, so we will just assume it as a sharp edge because chamfer can be applied at the end. So I'll just align the view. I'll add the center lines, horizontal and vertical. Now I will be creating a rectangle, corner rectangle, which is a symmetric rectangle. The distance or the width is equal to 60 units, and the height of the rectangle will be equal to, is it mentioned on the left hand side? No, you can see it is mentioned on the right hand side. So you can see the distance from this edge to the base of the rectangle is 25 units. So I will be assigning a distance of 25. So I have the rectangle with me, but I have to continue the geometry right now. I have to continue on the left hand side, which I'm calling it as left hand for just assumption purpose. So I'll just delete the segment of the rectangle because we need not require the segment. You can see to open edges over here because this is turned on. Clear? So I have to continue on the left hand side at some distance. I'll just turn off the plane because we can just view it more clearly. So what is the distance I have to go on the left hand side? The distance is equal to 70 units over here. So I'll just move the dimensions a little farther so it is a very clean geometry. So this is 70 units. So I have the hand on the other side as well, and it is also equal to 70 units. So I'll just assign the dimensions. I'm sorry. So this is equal length 70 and 70. So I'll just neglect it. It is automatically constrained. The next task for me is to create this length. So this is a kind of 2D sketching what we have already practiced many a times in the earlier videos, but we are doing it again in order to create a 3D model. So I have the line over here. I have to go down from there to a certain length. Now do I have the length of this particular edge mentioned? I don't have it mentioned over here, and I don't have it mentioned over here also, and there is no possibility for me to be having the dimension on the top view because this can only be addressed in the front view. So I have one more dimension over here which is equal to 55. So what is 55? So 55 units is the distance from this edge to the topmost surface of the model. So I can utilize these dimensions and I can create the length, or I can assign the length of the extension line. I mean the line which the model edge what we are having over here. So I'll just go to dimension, select the top surface, select the bottom edge. I'll just simply click over here and vary the dimension equal to 55. So I want the same thing on the right hand side. Maybe I can do it in the similar way. So I'll just stop it over here. Is this equal? Not sure. Let me verify. So this is 50, but that was 55. So it has been connected with some other dimension. I delete the constraint and change it to 55. Clear? Now what is the next thing we have to work on? We have to work on the arc over here. So the radius of the arc is given to us, that is R350. That means 350 is the radius of the arc. So we have to create the arc. Before that, we can also observe over here that we have a distance of 20 units and 22 units. So this 22 is for the location of the hole. I mean the axis of the hole is located at a distance of 22 units. And from that 22 units, we have a distance of 20 on which the arc is connecting. I mean it is tangent to that particular point. So I can create a center line over there by adding up 22 and 20. So I'll just create a horizontal center line, and let me keep a distance of 22 plus 20. So I can directly type over here, and that is equal to 42. So I have to create the arc of 350 units, which is symmetric on both the sides. Okay, so I'll just create a 3-point arc. So I can simply go in parallel, go in alignment of this particular point, and I can stop at any position over there as well, and I can connect it to the center line. Now let me try to assign the radius and see what is happening. It has been changed, but I have to ensure that it is symmetric on both the sides. So I can try to assign the symmetry constraint. So in order to assign the symmetry constraint, we have to select the symmetry constraint first, then the center line and the edges. So they are now symmetric. That means the distance of the edge point from the center is equal on both the sides. Now we can simply connect these edges. Because there is no distance given to us, it is automatically following the symmetry. As we have already assigned the symmetry for the arc of 350 radius, and whatever is the distance, we can simply connect it with the line on both the sides. So we have created this front view, and it is a closed loop. There is no open edges in the geometry or in the sketch. So we are not assigning the circle over here, because we can utilize the engineering feature hole command for creating the circle, and we can also use the chamfer command for creating the chamfer on the geometry. So then now only the final option what is left right now is to extrude it. So I will simply press OK, and I have the extrusion depth. Firstly, I'll assign a symmetry, then I will alter the depth. So the depth or the thickness of the model is mentioned in the top view. You can observe over here in the top view, we have to enter the dimensions of the depth, and it is equal to 25 units. Control D, press OK. So we have the model with us. We have to perform some engineering options to reach the conclusion. So let us perform all those options in the next video.